My boyfriend's mother is jealous of our relationship. I want to go low contact.
Just do it.
Do it. I, 26 female, have been dating my boyfriend Brad, 29 male, for 3.5 years and living with him for 2.5 years. It is no secret to anyone that Brad is proposing soon. The real secret is the where, what, how, when of it all. By the way, this comes from HGB608080 on the OK Storytime subreddit. So, he jokes with me about it all the time to throw me off his scent and has been planting misleading clues since February of this year. I couldn't be more excited to see how it all pans out. Brad's family and mine are very different, and that's okay. I'm the oldest of 4 girls. We're all very close-knit. My parents have been madly in love for over 25 years and include Brad in group chats about almost all family matters/plans. Brad is the oldest of 3 brothers we have been dating. His family is currently scattered across 3 states, and I am included in no chats at all. Being different is okay, but the mom is starting to make me feel straight up unaccepted. Brad's mom, we can call her Julie, has gone through a lot these past few years. Her and her husband separating was inevitably her decision. All of her kids and her husband no longer live with her. She's going back to school for a career change and has lost 3 family members in the last 2 years. She overall has been a very kind woman on the surface, with a very fiery personality and attitude, so I guess I just don't understand the apprehension towards me after being a supporter for her after all she's been through since I've known her. In the beginning of our relationship, she was fine, but would make small comments here and there that would rub me the wrong way. She would say how Brad is in love with her and how they grew up together, or other things undermining our relationship and establishing that she is the number one woman in his life. And this is his mom?
That's what I was about to ask. This is the mom that's saying this?
Yeah, weird.
This is weird.
A couple months ago, we were with a group of friends and one of Brad's best friends jokingly brought up me and Brad's wedding, which isn't even officially happening yet. Julie got word of this and messaged me very early in the morning, basically asking when I got engaged. I never said I had. Someone else just joked about it. She then proceeded to ask when I'm getting engaged, which I responded, I don't know. But Brad has given me these misguiding hints here and there, which have been a fun little game. She then said there isn't a world where I get engaged without her knowing about it first because he wouldn't not tell his mama. Of course, why wouldn't he not tell his mama? I then said I don't know when it's going to happen again, so that's something she would have to discuss with him if she's concerned. Yeah, if he's not going to tell his mama, then go talk to him about it.
Like, OP isn't going to know when the engagement's happening.
She then guilt-tripped, saying that she guesses she will just find out after the happy moment happens. I stopped responding. Is OP supposed to, like, in the moment be like, hey, getting engaged? About a month after that, we were at a funeral on Brad's dad's side of the family. Brad and I traveled there early to help the family prior to the wake. His dad was already there. Julie drove down and showed up at the grandparents' house about 10 minutes before we had to leave. She was flustered, getting dressed, and I noticed she had put her wedding ring back on. When she said hi to her still technically husband, you could see her get visibly more flustered and upset. And then when saying hi to her sister-in-law, she became more upset. She walked to another side of the house and I followed her and gave a hug. She broke down a bit, saying how she feels like a stranger around all of these people. And all they were saying is, thank you for coming. But where else would she be? She said she knows it's not about her though. And I gave her another hug and said that doesn't mean it isn't hard. So if she needs anything this weekend, to let me know. I thought I earned brownie points and was so wrong. Ay, ay, ay. Just trying to be nice. The wake was weird with her. I was only there as a support system for Brad and any other family member who needed it. I would keep my distance, pay my respects, and make conversations when appropriate. She was seen draped over her still husband, sobbing, would push her adult children toward the casket to pay even more respects, although they already had, and would grab Brad's arm and drape over him or guide him away when in conversations with me. It was weird. It feels like this weird jealousy.
Weird. Like, she's like having control over like all her kids' stuff. It's like gross.
Grow up. There came a time Brad needed a break from all the family friends and family, so we went to the break room momentarily. Julie followed. Julie, get out of there. As we were walking, the funeral director grabbed me and said how they're bringing in another dead person in the hallway, so to avoid it. A dead person coming this way. Watch out.
There's another one coming.
We got to keep it moving. About 3 minutes later, Brad tried to get through the hallway. I tried to stop him so he didn't get in the way or have to see another corpse, but Julie stopped me before I said anything. She told me to stop following Brad around like a puppy dog and that he's in good company surrounded by his friends and family.
Hey, you know what? Tell that to a mirror.
Why don't we look in a mirror? Why don't we tell that to ourselves? But let's be so real. I am his friends and family. The rest of the weekend consisted of rude comments in front of family members to the point where uncles and aunts on Brad's dad's side would pull me aside and ask if we have a good relationship. I would lie and say yes. Family members would approach Brad and I saying how proud they are of us for our new place together and the life we were building. And I saw her scoff twice in the corner about this while looking at us. She randomly passed by me at one point and called me so rude under her breath for no reason that was obvious to me. She then, at the burial, while everyone was quiet and the casket was literally getting lowered, came and asked me why my face was like that. Probably because she's freaking sad and they're at a funeral? And why I look so upset in otherwise complete silence. I don't know, Julie. Maybe because I'm watching the final moments of a burial while my boyfriend is crying next to me? I just didn't respond. She also did other weird things that weekend, like asked the kids and her still husband to take a family photo at the family graveyard after the burial and then post it on social media. She's like, just at the graveyard with the fam.
It's like her B-reel goes off and it's like her and then like the casket. It's like, oh.
I want to know if anyone's been posting at B-reels at the graveyard.
I'm sure people have.
Following all of that, paired with the previous comments about engagement, I felt I had to talk to Brad about it all. I didn't bring it up, though, for a couple of weeks until he was done mourning his family member. He was oblivious to some of it, as men are, but noticed some of it too and said he was so confused. He said it makes no sense why she's acting like this, so I blatantly asked if she knew about engagement stuff, which he said she had told her right before this all started. By the way, you can tell us that you're going to join us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube. Just tap our profile. And there is a little bit left to the story, but what do we do here? I mean, I think you have to directly tell your partner and say, hey, like your mom's being really weird and like making me uncomfortable, and hope that he can go and have a conversation with her.
Yeah, and then like I feel like you can just be like, hey, does she like usually talk to people like this? Or like for a second I was thinking like, you know, maybe the boyfriend would be like off if you're, I don't know, seeming like you're saying something bad about the mom. But I feel like you could just be like, hey, like your mom like said this to me today. That was a little weird. Like, wasn't it? You know, like I feel like that'd totally be fine.
I think so too.
And hopefully the boyfriend would understand that that's also weird.
I mean, if he's about to be your like life partner, you would hope that he can stand up to you against his mom.
And you could just kind of see like if the mom usually talks like that, if she's kind of like that with everyone, or if it's purely personal.
Yeah, purely she hates you. I asked how she reacted to him, and Brad said she exclaimed how excited she was for me to become part of the family, so it makes no sense. He also doubled back, saying when she says Brad is in love with her, that he's not, and that he loves her how a son should love his mother, but is in love with me. He said next time he notices her being Coco for Cocoa Puffs like this, for the sake of our future, he is going to say something then and there. I hopefully get her to chill out and respect me more. With the engagement probably creeping up on me, I just get so nervous that I now have years and years of her mental torment to look forward to. Should I wait for him to address her when the next thing happens, or should I squash all of this now and have as adult of a conversation as she can have and set some boundaries early? I think you should wait for him because she might like hate you more if you have a conversation with her.
Definitely like get his input on it, and maybe he can talk to her a bit first. I mean, I think it's good to have that conversation with her.
I think so.
Just the order of things. Like maybe just don't come right out and be like, hey, you're weird. Let's figure this out. Like, you know, feel around a bit first.
But that's the end of that story. We'll see you next time.